Crack.
I think they've got one team that's doing playing the game a totally different way, and they're a genuine contender now, and it's Air Adelaide. They do everything in the air that opposition teams can't cope with. They can't handle their contested marking. They really can't. And we saw another couple today in different roles just grow. I think this is something that's going to be really difficult to cope with in September, particularly on grounds like the MCG. They got multiple targets. When you look at the contested marking game, they've got 4 players in the top 25 in the comp right now. I know finals are normally won at ground level, but this asset is something that other teams are not ready to cope or counteract just yet. I think this is significant. I think what we saw today, 12 contested marks to 3. I know it's Richmond, I get that, but the way they use this asset is significant. Have a look at the numbers there. Plus 66 contested marks. So why I say this is if you look at the rest of the competition of the contenders, you got Brisbane who are minus 15 contested marks on their opposition. The Dogs are minus 13. You got Collingwood who are minus 10 and Geelong are just in the positives. So this is something that they could do in a one-off effort in a preliminary final that could get them to a grand final. Just be too big and too strong and take control in the air. I love it, and I understand that this is unconventional and we haven't really seen this sort of dominance before, but the way their system copes and caters for these guys, I think it's game on for the Adelaide Crows this year. I really do. You know, they've got elite players sprinkled across the field. But these tools are taking the game by storm.
Not just the 3 tools, it's Jordan Dawson as well, who's one of the biggest wildcards in the competition being sent forward. So Adelaide, it was a commanding win really, fellas, and the Crows got it done really at both ends.
Yeah, well, just something that I saw being at the game today that I was really impressed with. And this is the full investment to the defensive side of the game as well. So we talk about their offensive weapons, but this kid Worrell, but the way that they defend as a group and the way that they are buying in, I think is a trademark of this group now that is going to take them a long way. So this act from Worrell, just a pretty innocuous sort of getting back to sport, but this was happening all day off the ball. The celebrations of the small things. So they already are the best pressure team in the competition, Kingy, but the way they are buying in defensively, so since round 8, they are number 1 for points against. They are conceding 59.5 points a game since round 8. Number 1 in the comp for marks against, going inside 50. The little things that they have tightened up on is making a big difference. So on top of all the aerial assets, they've got the offensive weapons. They are buying in defensively, which I think is going to take them a long way.
And something new with Michael King.
Oh, this I love. And some magnets get moved that you're not really concerned about, and they're not really game changers. But to have a player now that can negate the opposition's best intercept player, I think is a significant asset. And to see this guy go forward and do it against Nick Vlosten, he had 3 intercepts today. In the last 8 years of football, he's only had 3 games with less than 3. That was the dominance in this performance. He kicked 3 goals. He had 10 disposals. He can do this against players like Andrews, Tom Stewart, Jeremy Howe. This is something every team needs to have. And I love the fact that the coach has addressed it now, and you get a good run in at it, you get a good look at what works and what doesn't, and how they can make this work with another taller type in the forward. I know they're very tall, another taller type in the forward half, but if he kicks goals, it just could be the wild card move you need.
He's hard-nosed, that's for sure, Michael Annie. Not sure he's getting recognised now, Chapel Street, though. But he's been very good for the Crows. Joey, Dan Curtin. Now, he was considered by West Coast as a top pick, potentially, in the Harley Reid draft. He slips to 8 to Adelaide, and they said he was a defender with a Marcus Bontempelli kick. It was superb today.
Yeah, well, let's welcome the newest unicorn to the competition, because that's what this guy is. You think about Blitzarves and Luke Darcy, and Luke Jackson and Sam Darcy. Well, this guy at 197 centimetres, he did it all today. He was incredible. He was the 6th highest rated player for the round in the competition. With what he has been able to do, Kingy, to play him on a wing, to be able to roll back and have 8 intercepts, to be able to push forward, hit the scoreboard, his running capacity, another one that can take contested marks.
Physical, isn't he?
They have now got another weapon to this team that already has Dawson and Rankin in the forwards, and the guys getting it done behind the ball. I just thought this guy is coming at a rate of knots, and another one that could be a wild card come September.
Looks impressive and very versatile, can play both ends. As you say, Joey, right, it was a thrilling win for